Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's the final map of the last quarterfinals here at CORSAIR DreamHack Masters between Vitality and Mousesports. And I'm here with human guinea pig Jason Moses O'Toole. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm a little bit sick after that crazy comeback from Mousesports. That was an incredible thing to watch.
Honestly, I think that's going to be a topic of discussion for a little bit, isn't it? Like,
I'm so amazed that Vitality defense could never actually. They had enough chances. They had some great setups with Alex. Remember that kill he missed in Halls. They had Zaiwu plenty of times, had the AWP. They had everything they needed to actually make that stop come to fruition. Just never able to actually do it. I mean, Rops and Woxic, you have to say, just powered, just like really carried Mousesports through that map.
I mean, it's something that for a long time, many people would have said it's not really possible to create these rosters that go across country borders in Counter-Strike. Now we've got Turkey and Estonia saving Mousesports. That's crazy. But it's real fun to see, and I think the fact that it works out that way, probably great news for the team going forward. Now we're in Dust 2. I mean, given how the first two maps have played out, this could almost be the ultimate map to finish this on.
Oh, it really could be, especially with the way these two teams play. I mean, obviously a map like Dust 2 is going to be really cool to watch Shox move across this map. Obviously Zaiwu is going to be a big one, but also if you look at the way Kerrigan likes to call, they switch between aggressive and passive. They have young players who can do some crazy things. Like this is an explosive map where you're really going to see all the skill of these players shine. Here we go, map 3. And Sweden, the winner of this, faces Na'Vi tomorrow in the semifinal.
And what a game that's going to be regardless. I'm kind of fired up for that already. RPK, if you make that transition across, they're going to go for a bit of a peek. There should be a flashbang coming. Kerrigan setting it up. Rob's clean entry, no flashbangs needed. He will follow it up with another headshot, taking down Zaiwu. He apparently was not done yet. Rops ended that map on 31 kills and saved his team, and now he's beginning the third map with an absolute bang. 5 versus 3 here. 2 players defending the air bomb site. The flashbang's really good, but it's only going to net them 1 kill. And will it be enough? They're trying to fall back. Oh, Apex, if he can sneak it in, it's Chris instead. And I don't know, now in the middle, Kerrigan is sneaking out. There's just fights happening all across the map. It's still a 2-on-3.
I can't help but feel like Mousesports might have missed an opportunity. The gap in the smoke might have made them feel a little bit nervous, but now they have to close the gap with these pistols. Apex on catwalk, just needs one nice headshot. That's the opportunity, can't land it. It's all Shox, 1 versus 3, already down to 38. And I think they've averted danger. I was amazed. They were right at the corner. They were ready to cross, and something made them nervous.
Shox, I mean, oh, he needed that headshot.
He thought it was the headshot. He thought it was exactly it. He was looking away by the time he pulled the trigger.
And now surely they're all going to fight him. All 3 at the same time, running him down. That's how it is done. Double for Chris, double for Rops. And we are off with a win here for Mousesports. First round of the 3rd map.
That was like the fadeaway from Shox. He was so convinced that was going to be a headshot on catwalk that he didn't even bother to stick around to make sure it was. He was already thinking about the next target.
Yeah.
1-0.
I guess that partly explains why clutches for Shox can be that powerful, because he's already, he's already like 2 or 3 steps ahead. He's like, that's already done, and then the one time where it doesn't work out, it does look a little bit funny, but nothing invested except for a flashbang here on Alex, and that's what they have to work with.
I wonder what that's going to be for. Maybe if they set up for a mid to B split, but there's no kind of stack in middle for any kind of a pop flash play. Maybe through long if they set up the wall of smokes. There's so many powerful weapons. Again, the MP5 on Frozen. Mac 10 on Kerrigan can lead the way. Woxic with the scout can stay far back, and we are going to go towards middle, so maybe that flashbang has a role to play, but I think not. I think Kerrigan's already neutralized it, although peeking with your smoke in hand is a little bit insane. He's still going to get the kills, and RPK follows it up with 2.
Yeah, but they've lost the B-bomb side, so it should be just fine here. Rops actually gets dinked up a fair bit. Alex, long range. You can tell that MP5 is not really meant for that kind of work. Woxic. Oh, actually, Alex sneaking in a kill. This is really well done. He's using the smoke now for coverage, and I still don't think they're going to win this round, but they've made it very close. Shock's going to be going down, causing a fair bit of damage to the Mousesports economy here. Alex gets dropped last, and I don't know, that was way more difficult than it needed to be.
Difficult, but it never felt like they were in danger of actually losing it. But certainly there was way more resistance mounted by Vitality than we expected. And they're going to go for a third round bye. Here we go. M4's out on the board, across the board for Vitality. No kits. They've got decent utility. Shox is going to have to pick up a last-second smoke. No AWP yet on the board for Mousesports. And we'll see. Investment already. Kerrigan fast down middle. The other 4 players from Mousesports going to head into the B halls. Again, this is what they did on Inferno. Very simple, very contact-heavy plays.
They're just going to send Rops as the entry. He's been playing out of his mind for the last 2 maps, so why not keep it up and see if he could do it again here at the B bomb site? Very flashed in. That'll net Apex, and now the crossfire is really working out. Shox with a big triple, make it a quad to shut down the entire push. That worked perfectly. And you have to understand, if you replayed that round in slow motion, I can guarantee you there's a world in which Rops is unflashed a half a second earlier and he takes down Apex, and then Shox is in deep trouble.
Well, they actually had the timing they wanted. They actually kind of showed themselves right when Shox was about to take a fight, and he got entirely blind, so they had that like 1.5 seconds to be able to find that entry kill. It just, as you mentioned, didn't come to fruition. Rops a little bit blind himself. But that round was on a knife's edge. That very easily could have been in Mousesports' favor. They are fully invested in this round as well. Scout and Deagles picked up across the board. Smoke from Kerrigan to Posture for a mid to B. Apex is going to put that down, and he has all the information combined with Alex. But meanwhile, the A bomb site under attack. They've made some good progress. I don't know if Saiwoo's aware that CORSAIR is here.
No, I don't think, and especially now that you just looked at it, I think he's got no clue at all. Going to be walking into it, and a quick headshot. That follow-up would have been beautiful, but he gets denied. So does Warksick. Rops still able to land headshots and see if he can do a bit more. Does tag one up, but Shox is close, and he'll take him down, and that will tie up the scoreline very quickly here. 2 for 2.
Yeah, and a nice job from Vitality, keeping 3 players alive, building up money. That's the critical number you want to keep alive to keep increasing the economy.
I wonder if you're Na'Vi watching this game and you realize that both teams have had some very difficult CT sides, how much you're going to be thinking, you know what? That's something like we can look at right away as we're watching the game. We can start to even think about that.
I think those are dangerous assumptions. I agree with you. I think if you're Na'Vi, and especially if you have someone like Blade behind you, you're starting to kind of put together those T sides. However, I don't think you're going to be confident that Vitality is going to have a weak T-side like that on Inferno 2 times in a row. This is a nice recovery. String out Catwalk, no armor to protect themselves against the nades, and no cover to protect themselves against the rifles. 3-2, but certainly, yeah, there's definitely things that you're going to spot that you can exploit, but you can't go into a game thinking it's going to be just that easy all over again.
And that's going to be fun to keep in mind, though, when we get to that game, isn't it? Just to see how much can be repaired from day 1 to day 2 here at the playoffs. Round number 6 starting. AWP bought by Alex and thrown over to Saiwoo. Hardly surprising. They only really so far keep throwing some grenades out at long, but they haven't really tried to take that long fight yet on the Mousesports side. Instead, going for more of a default to take mid. Apex and Shox, though. Pretty close up towards B, so not much of a defense in middle. Ooh. Hold on, Alex, the timing, it's almost with him. If he doesn't run into the grenade, I think he just might have it, but the grenade collision kind of blocking him a bit, and Chris blind through, but not going to connect with anyone. Man, that is a dangerous situation. Still is. Alex is still here.
Oh no, he's not. He's assuming it's clear. He's assuming it's clear, and that's free for Chris J.
And Rops also won the fight against the Shox over on that side, and he will win the follow-up fight against Apex, and that is the round already over. I mean, so much of that round is just on the tension in middle, right? And it's amazing that Rops gets those 2 kills, but...
Listen, the fact that Chris J kind of screwed up the initial throw of that smoke almost cost him his life, almost cost them a double kill. That could have completely changed the trajectory of the round. Alex was, as you said, if he didn't run into that nade, he would have had the angle, been able to at least get 1. Maybe even survive it. So, Mousesports not going to let Vitality build any kind of a decent lead. They're going to tie things right back up at 3. RPK, plenty of money to drop weapons. Shox and Apex, plenty of money to buy themselves. So Vitality will be fully kitted out once again into round 7.
And that's going to be super important, especially because they're going to want to keep this up on Saiwoo as much as they can. No reason to give it up in a round like this. Nicely done. So, yeah, this is the young gentleman that we're talking about a lot right now. And for good reason. He's very patient. I love the fact that he's not doing anything to try and push at all here. He's just waiting.
I have no statistics to back this up, but it feels like it's been a long time since we've seen Rops have a tournament performance to this degree, considering Inferno.
Yeah, I agree. And I think we've noticed that because he did sort of come onto the scene with such a bang. Like, he really obviously has the talent for it.
He's one of the most impressive young players to come into the scene and just seem like he was immediately ready to perform at this level.
Yeah.
And showing you some of that ability right here in this series. Kerrigan going to turn the corner, Rops jumping in towards Pit. That's going to force the defense to be aggressive, but they're caught out in no man's land. Oh, the op has to recover, it's ZywOo, and that's the person you want to call upon. A tag, and he knows it. The nade, it comes in, he goes, or Apex goes down, but ZywOo's still alive. He needs the follow-up, but Kerrigan keeps up the pressure, and ZywOo can never get a solid repeat.
If he would have got that kill over at long as well as Sideward, that would have been one of the most impressive sequences. He gets the leg shot, he realizes, throws the grenade, but he hears one shot behind him, and he immediately ducks to try and avoid, pressure from long. Like, just the presence of mind to do that in such a situation, that's so rare. It's really hard to even imagine how quickly they're thinking, players like Sideward in those situations now. He was still under a lot of pressure, and obviously close with the rifles, he was going to get run down. But Shock saving another AWP in Mousesports in the lead now with a 4-3 scoreline. Let's see how this goes. I mean, 2 people can buy in the next round for Vitality, and they have the rifle. A team like Na'Vi, we saw them earlier, they're quite happy to buy in rounds like these. Yes. Yeah, we're going to keep up the pressure, but it was Banks.
What's up, Banks?
That was Banks hanging out.
Yeah, he looks like he's having a good time.
I've rarely seen Banks not be just in a good and positive mood, and just always fun to be around.
Well, timeout being called, things being discussed by Vitality, a very vocal coach there in that scene, and they're down 1 round, and obviously you do not want to let Mousesports extend this lead too much further, but just not a whole lot to fight with. They're going to switch into a double up, they're going to shuffle some weapons, and they are actually kind of putting together a magical buy, considering the economy was in a really rough spot.
Yeah, it's better than you would have expected, but obviously nowhere near perfect. Double orb, in fact. That is... I mean, it's going to cost them on the grenade side, and there's a guy with just a pistol and an MP9 here. So you're kind of saying with this kind of a buy that the orbs have got to be the points of entry or the first point of contact. You need those sniper rifles to shut down some of the incoming T side. Because if instead it's the pistol or the MP9, that's not going to feel so good.
Well, they need these ops to have impact. Shocks with 1 at the B bomb site, ZywOo over towards A. And Mousesports at the moment, control of middle. Not really, oh my god, that's the op. How's Rops continue to do this? What a big weapon to take out. So much of this round is invested in those AWPs being possible to be on the board. He's gonna go for another one, and he almost had it. Nice recovery from Apex, but he's got so much more pressure in mid, and he's gonna deliver with 2.
If he would have got that kill, there would have been no follow-up from anybody on the Mousesports side. The next player would have been frozen in the middle, who's now getting aggressed on, and Alex. Good teamwork there. RPK baiting it out a bit, and now it's a 2-on-3, but the bomb has already gone down. They do have a kit on Alex, which is worth keeping an eye on, so he needs to stay alive, or at least they need to pick up that kit, otherwise this is going to be a very, very difficult retake. Kerrigan just playing here. Flashbang does nothing at all. The Molotov in the window, forcing them inside, and Kerrigan takes the first fight and dropping RPK, but he's getting overwhelmed. That's Alex. That's the kid on the ground. That's a disaster, and Kerrigan with a triple. He's going to clutch it with the quad!
What a champion, Kerrigan, in that round. Boxed in, nowhere to go, and this is so stellar. Look at this reaction as well to the left. Snaps over immediately. And at this point, we talked about it on Inferno, buying time, using the bomb as a teammate, knowing they have to chase you down. A beautiful clutch, and Kerrigan seems to always have one of those in his back pocket.
Yeah, that mid-smoke is so suspicious. Everybody who's ever played Dust 2 knows what that means. Rops including. That is the universal signal for we're going to be trying to go aggressive in lower dark. Roxic tagging Shocks, I think, in the initial jump over. What a mad round out of Kerrigan. that there was an initial flashbang that they threw Vitality that because Kerrigan was playing on the edge of that box corner, he didn't get flashed by. I'm pretty sure if he does, then it's not even close.
I mean, listen, you don't win that clutch too often. That's a great sequence, and what a time to have it as well. You broke the economy, you took all the weapons away. And again, all of Mousesports leaning in towards B halls. Lower dark at the moment, but everyone's sliding up the stairs towards this bomb site. Apex, I'm sorry, my friend, you have no chance of getting out of that barbecue.
Yeah. Not slightly getting overrun. Oh, and that's a really quick follow-up. Rops with a double, Kerrigan with a double.
It feels like Mousesports is building to some critical mass at the moment. It seems like they're gaining momentum in these early stages. And if you go back to Inferno, Vitality couldn't stop them when they got to this level on their T side there. How do you expect to stop them now?
I don't know if anybody has the answer. It's looking good. And Woxic and Frozen only have 1 kill each. I mean, it's sort of ridiculous. Rob's now being flashed through, trying to see if he can make this corner, and it's perfect timing. That is a very well-known strategy. Under cover of just an endless rain of flashbangs, and if you're coming in from the CT side like that, I mean, by the time, even just the noise of the flashbangs, but also just obviously the grenade itself, by the time you can even sort of regain your orientation, there's someone already shooting you in the side.
You really are playing just a utility lottery at that point. What a risk as well for ZywOo. There's no one watching middle, there's no one watching cat, there's no information there, so he's boosted up into the bomb site with that AWP, but he can get flanked out at any moment. Big risks being taken by Vitality. 4 players on this side of the map. Shock's just now sliding back to the other side. And RPK needs to not overextend. He's got a Molotov and he's got a smoke, but if he's overexposed behind this car, if they get an indication that he's here, there's no way he gets out. This is spammable.
It's so spammable. That's a flashbang. It was a perfect setup, but Woxic is going to be there. ZywOo takes a kill on Kerrigan. Now, do they want to try and run down ZywOo? They did it once before and it worked, but you have to know that's a high-risk endeavor. Woxic will get dropped by Apex. There's a gap in the smoke, and well, the Molotov won't even do that much. Apex could still see a fair bit there. Nearly catching Chris, and now it's a 2-1-3 with 29 seconds here on the clock, and I don't know about Mousesports. They've really been slowed down. Rob's trying to see if he could fight his way out, but Chris J, 1 versus 3. Bomb plant not going to be allowed. Very passive for ZywOo this time, and it seems to have been the right play. Not necessarily what we associate with him, but it worked out well.
They made the switch at the right moment. That set up to get RPK behind the car for the flashbang peek. It also allowed ZywOo to get into safety, push towards catwalk, and make sure he's safe there. Watch that angle, which netted him 1 kill, and then he had free reign. Even though RPK goes 1 for 1, it's exactly what they needed. So Vitality 4, Mousesports 6. Over the flames, Woxic's gonna look for a peek.
Nobody giving him much of anything at the moment. Those smokes, it actually looked like the 3 players were trying to come through if they weren't gonna get smoked. Just saying, you know what, if they're not gonna throw any grenades, maybe we just go straight for it. That's a dangerous fight, and Apex will come out on top. If he goes down, Apex, on the other hand, that's trouble. Shocks with a kill, back down, will follow it up, and this is a classic. You need a Molotov to get rid of this position, but that completely falls apart. Well done from Shocks back there, and I think Mousesports, you can understand that if Kerrigan wins the fight, they definitely go for it to try and squeeze in Shocks, but it's almost like they sort of said, well, it didn't work, but let's try and force it anyway.
Muscle our way in. Well, I think it's because the kill came from outside of the B bomb site. He got spammed down through a smoke, and I think they said, all right, well, there's probably only 1 person there. Maybe he's sticking around to see if there's going to be any more coming out of mid. Obviously, they were wrong. I think Apex just went right back into that B bomb site to help out. There's the kill on the Kerrigan, and then obviously, yeah, the AWP slowing things down, and maybe even Woxic, you know, trying to change his mind at the last moment. Not going to work out. Can't run from Shocks.
Not the way that he's playing at the moment. Him and Alex are having a fairly good game. 5-6. This is so important for Vitality because you talked about the momentum of Mousesports and how really unbelievably well some of their players are playing at the moment. So just to get some rounds back and slow them down, that is critical. ZywOo playing in this position that we've seen Device playing a lot, where you're further back and can't really be Molotov. The grenade do very much at all. But that's become a very popular position now.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to clear him out. Ooh, this position from Alex, what a risk. It's all about timing. It's all about his feel.
I mean, surely it's not going to work. He's still waiting inside of it. RPK gets 2 kills in the meantime, and Alex counting the seconds inside of the smoke, and what a double it is! That is wild. If they spray through, if they just wait even, he's dead immediately. And instead, I mean, it may be especially because RPK got that double kill over at long, they have to go Mousesports. They can't wait. And now Kerrigan, he clutched it the last time. This time it's going to be even more tricky. A bit of a jump there. Standing up, he needs a kill very quickly or he's going to get boxed in, taking the fight. And now over at short again. They're everywhere. He gets one and he almost follows it up. The triple kill for RPK instead, but man, that could have worked.
That really was. That was so close. If he got Shox there in the follow-up as well, he doesn't have to take the fight against RPK. The only reason he's committed there is because he knows he's got Shox on the other side. That kill comes out, he can get into safety and play that entirely differently. And you're exactly right. There's about 100 different ways that play from Alex could have gone wrong. High risk, high reward, and he's got the reward that time. He's helped Vitality tie things up 6-6. The plant is going to help this Mousesports offense build a little bit of money. They're going to talk things over in the timeout. I think all they have available to them here is some deagles, some light armor, a little bit of utility. They don't have a full buy in them at the moment.
It's not really that it has to be the same for the other 2 maps, because you can play such a loose style on CT side, it does too, but Vitality are certainly having a better defense than what we've seen out of them on the first 2 map, right? It is looking more promising. Now, it could just as well be that Mousesports are also going to have that, but the fact that they've tied it up right now seems to be a good early situation. Frozen and Woxic are still on respectively 1 and 2 kills.
Well, here we go. There's all the flashbangs. There's that lottery, and ZywOo caught for a moment, down to 54. But the counter nades could come out from the defense, and again, a huge gap in this smoke, and that's about the 3rd time we've seen it. Mousesports need to clean that up for the gun rounds. And ZywOo, they have nothing to flush him out of this position. Although, good trade from Rops, and as his teammates go down, there's not a whole lot ZywOo can do. This is so dangerous.
It absolutely is. Oh, that's a scout, and it almost drops him. He just wants the kill. He's going to be jumping. He could shoot for the box, but he has to find the right angle. It is just millimeters away from actually connecting. Now instead, he's alone in a 1 versus 3. He does get the tag, and coming out from long is Apex to close the round. Man, if he hits that shot on ZywOo through the box, who knows? That's way too close.
Yeah, if they get that kill earlier on ZywOo, if that shot onto Catwalk actually gets a headshot, there are a lot of different ways. Vitality, that's a lot of pressure to be applied onto them with just pistols. We're going to get a quick pause again as a timeout wants to be called. Or a tech pause as the audio issues of the coach continue, but that'll be fixed up. It was quick last time.
It was very quick indeed. 7-6. It's a good comeback for Vitality. They win 4 rounds in a row, 2 of them on pure kills and 2 of them with defuses towards the end, but they survived with 3 members in this round. That could have been much better. They could have had an even better economy, although it's still pretty good. Mousesports, though, it'd be interesting to see what they do. You know, given the way Kerrigan has been calling many of these T rounds, I wonder how long before they go for like an immediate 3-man rush out of middle. Like one of those rounds where you just run for it and just don't even wait.
They've had some space there when they've gone out mid a few times. They've had that player in CT spawn, they know that, and really the toughest time has been when Apex has played outside of B. The tough part, I think, for Mousesports is this time, I mean, they don't necessarily always have the information that Vitality is playing 3 players towards long. They've seen it once or twice. Another double op setup for this defense. And this time, I mean, much more passive from Mousesports. They're not really challenging any angles quite yet.
They're playing this one very, very slowly. Woxic setting up for a peek against Shox. Had the opening. I actually thought he was the one that was gonna be in danger. But
I think that's why you saw Woxic's shot not land. He took it so quick without even necessarily like pausing to stop and make sure that he was set, that it just was off its target.
Now this is the position that can get Molotov, but this time they don't throw one. They're gonna go for the dry peek instead. And nobody actually goes down behind it. Now, not that many grenades left on Mousesports, which is cause for a bit. Not that many left on Vitality either, to be fair.
This is where you have the mid-B split. It's the only thing that's left at the moment for Mousesports. Maybe not wanting to mess with the op on ZywOo. Shox is going to pick Kerrigan out of the sky. Molotov in towards the door. They'll focus onto the B tunnels, but it's 2 players coming from mid. Meanwhile, Chris J has found 1 frag, got someone pushing long, and Shox is gonna hold on. He's got his teammate watching his back, but this can crumble. The Deaths talked about a house of cards. They've got another one set up here in the B bomb site.
Absolutely do. 20 seconds. That smoke is fading. The shot, he almost had it. There's the follow-up from Shox. What a great read coming out from him. And I think he may have just defended this bomb site. First the kill in mid, and then turning around for it. ZywOo goes down. 9 seconds. Shox right on top, trying to stop the bomb. And oh, he doesn't stop it. And instead he goes down. It's seconds away. Chris with the triple. Mousesports. How have they managed to do that?
I don't know, because it actually looked like Mousesports was trapped. It looked like they had no access into the bomb site. Everyone was stuck outside. This was played so well by Vitality and still can't come out on top of it. Shox doing everything he possibly could, but Chris J, double kill on ZywOo and RPK and CT spawn. The rotation is where that Vitality defense failed. They were not able to cross the mid barrier.
Well, Woxic has 3 kills, but that bomb plant that he just got in there, that's going to count for something. I mean...
And older versions accounted for 3.
Yeah, you're right. Where are the stars on the board? Where's all that happening? That's wild. That'll tie it up at 7-7. Shox with a triple, and I mean, I don't know, less than half a second from saving the round. I actually can't believe they got the bomb plant, and it even looked like he had some time there.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Last round of the first half. Who's gonna take the lead moving forward into halftime? Kerrigan fast out of long. There's the flashbang, the late one, and he's got the opening kill. Transfers over. He's fully blind, 1 for 1. But the real pressure is on Catwalk. They've stuck so much of the defense towards long that Catwalk is exposed. ZywOo's gonna have to fight to get involved, and he's got the first kill.
It's so dangerous for him to go for that follow-up. Like, once they're on top of him and he actually goes for the fight, that's scary. It's gonna be a light... Oh no, yeah, there's Alex going down. Woxic, I was gonna say, if he goes for that bomb plant, he could lose it very quickly. 3 on 3. And now it's slowed down. They're gonna get the bomb plant. The retake is gonna happen from long and Catwalk, and a little bit slower in the middle for Apex. They have 1 smoke on RPK and currently not a single kit picked up, so this won't be easy. A shoulder peek to bait out the shot. They need the coordination and the timing, and ZywOo goes down. That's Catwalk gone, long gone, and now it's all on Apex, and he's gonna pick up the first one, but another 2 to go. A brilliant headshot, but it is not enough. An 8-7 finish here for Mousesports.
8-7 finish, and what a well-fought half on offense for Mousesports. And at halftime down on the stage, we got Frankie.
Thank you very much, Anders and Moses. And well, you could see it on the Frenchmen's faces. They are not happy. They are wondering how they are letting this slip away. And they have just 2 minutes to reset. Because we've seen this in this series so far. Mouse know how to make a comeback. They have resilience, and they're going to be fighting to make that semi-final. But can Vitality put up the same fight? We'll soon find out.
Face without a name, a hero wrapped in shame, a soul that is rejected by a world of judgment. Now the sun begins to fade, when the moon ignites my flame, a symphony of everything I wish could change. So I'm making a final win. No more sorrow. In my dreams I couldn't be anything. Do we understand the suffering we bring? Paint the shadows on my past, and dream that angels sing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What a pleasure this game has been. All three maps, the first half of the third one ends 8-7. We're going to get treated to all the rounds here, aren't we? It's been a real delight. Mousesports and Vitality here at the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters, and this second half is, I mean, it's almost bound to be just as wild. Now, it's going to be Vitality's chance to show what they've got here on the T side, and it has to be good. Mousesports did a really, really fine job, and I'm just excited to see what this is gonna show us. RPK is the one to pick up the P250, so he's gonna be sniping away.
I think the crazy thing is we've seen some Herculean individual performances out of Mousesports and on a team that has ZywOo and that has Shox, who's at an impressive level. We're still waiting for that explosion in this series. Remember, this is an elimination, and ZywOo, considered to be, you know, if not the best, then the second best player in the world behind Simple. He's got 7 kills in this deciding match. He cannot disappear in this fashion on this map. He needs to deliver in this half for them.
Well, there we go. I don't think you're wrong. And especially if you want to be in a conversation with someone like Simple, then yes.
Yeah, you have to deliver. This is what everyone is expecting of you. This is what you're expecting of yourself. Kerrigan flashbang out. He's going to challenge that. Rops with another opening kill.
Yeah, and actually he's still in the bomb side as well. The flashbang actually does a lot to hurt him, and Kerrigan goes down. Rops is getting overrun. He gets one more headshot. I can't believe it! A third one! It can't be real! Shox in the middle. Now a 2-on-3, but he can still win this round. He will execute Frozen and Woxic both, and that's how they bring it back. Shox and ZywOo left here, 2 versus 1 with the bomb down. Rops, he nearly had them. He nearly did everything. Chris, I don't know how you follow this up. They're gonna hear you in the middle if they don't already know. You don't have the kit, you don't have any flashbangs or anything. And walking right into it, a double kill for ZywOo, a double kill for Shox, and Vitality will take the pistol.
Again, the inexperience and the impatience shows, though. You know, crossing over towards middle, you have to clear that corner. This is incredible from Rops. I mean, first of all, that first kill deletes half of this attack. The fact that he gets 2 more on top of it is so amazing. But you have to look left if you're going to rotate over that late in the round when they do a mid to B split in that fashion.
Would have been a nice tag for Woxic to get if he could have blindly timed it, but they managed to jump past somehow. Okay, we're going to be a bit aggressive in middle. 2 people pushing up into upper dark, so this is actually great out of him. I'm loving this from Mousesports. What a call. It doesn't really guarantee them the round, but if they win this fight in middle against Shox, that's going to put so much pressure on Vitality over at Long, who now have lost the entire map if it turns out that way. Shox, though, is in a position that's hard to clear.
It's all down to timing. When does he look? When does Chris J kind of make this push happen? And they've already kind of lost most of the map. They have Rops in T-spawn, and he's going to come closer into wrapping around this attack with every second that passes. Chris J's won against Shox in middle. Now it's all down to this single-pronged attack, and again, Rops is right there. He's going to start circling behind.
They're checking for it, but even that, I mean, yeah, sure, that helps them a tiny amount. There's still 45 seconds left, and they are utterly boxed in not long here. If they lose this round, Vitality, that will be such a blow. Frozen, not the best game for him yet, but that kill on Alex is huge. That dropped the bomb as well. He will pick up one more, and he still has the Mac 10. Can he do this? 28 seconds. Chris right there with the deagle, taking one down, a 2-on-1, and they win the round. Mousesports! The triple kill out of Chris, and that is huge.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, the kill on Shox was massive. That's the first one Chris gets. But Rops just having presence there with 45 seconds left in the round, Vitality screwed. They know. They have nowhere else to go. You cannot retreat. You don't know how many players have you boxed in. You cannot go backwards. You have to try and force your way to the bomb site. And what a difficult fight with utility, with 4 players there from Mousesports. What a turnaround. Great initiative to shrink the map in half.
But we keep making a point of it. When you're having a game like one of the ones that Frozen or Woxic are having right now, if you can at all, just keep your head, just wait for that moment when it's your time. That time for Frozen was huge. Double kill, sneaking through the smoke or flash through the smoke. 9-8. And Vitality, I mean, they're still dangerous in this round. I'm guessing they're gonna go for B, and Chris with, if that smoke wasn't up, they probably go after the reload there.
It's going to be another mid to B split. The question is always going to be, how is Mousesports going to defend against this? Chris J and Rops. They have 1 smoke on Chris J. That's it. They have no Molotov for one of the choke points.
He's he's down to a single magazine right now. He's got 30 bullets left, so might just want to calm down.
You'd think so, right? Well, he's going to use all 30 of those in this moment. One player frozen. He's going to get pop flashed in through mid as well.
Oh, Chris. He's going to try and put up a bit of a smoke here. He knows there could be a Molotov coming. That Molotov is going to be absolute death for him, so the smoke is huge. Rops will go down after a single kill, and Chris very conservative with the ammo for obvious reasons, and he gets dropped as well. That's RPK and Apex with a big double opening, and it's still a 2-on-3. The flashbang doesn't really do that much. They need the bomb plant here to even make it close, and even then it won't be easy. RPK turning for it. Shox has a deagle, and that's maybe not the best weapon to have. If they're going to be running down on top of you, that deagle spam can be very hard to control now. That is a pickup, though, at a different caliber. He only gets the one kill, and they retake that side. A team ace out of Mousesports, just barely avoiding the danger, and that could have gone horribly wrong once again.
Yeah, it really could have. Especially if they were able to get into the backup platform, a little bit better positions, but obviously in that scenario, Vitality not confident that they wouldn't just be picked off trying to make the run. Still, pretty nice. 3 kills, the bomb plant, good economic damage onto the defense, so they're going to be able to put the defense in a position where they can really injure them moving forward in terms of their money. Not a whole lot on Woxic after the buy of the AWP, same with Frozen, who had to drop down to the SMG, so a chance here for Vitality, not in this round, but perhaps in the next one. Nice shot from Woxic.
Getting himself a little bit warmed up in this game. And they need every single person right now. Chris, very, very passive hold here, and that's what you want, right? It's one thing if you lose a player, maybe 2 in a round like this, but the one thing you can't give them is a rifle, right? You can't allow them to pick one up and do something with it. Maybe a chance for Shox for a bomb plant or something if they have the... He's over at long, but they have some flashbangs, he's got some armor, maybe they could do something with that.
You'd like to think so. It's still just going to be so tough. The Molotovs are the tough part. As soon as you start throwing out those flashbangs, you know, smoke, counter flashes, Molotov fire in your way. Bomb is also on its own at long. He'll have to join up with his team. I think Catwalk is the only real option here.
Yeah. Well, Catwalk's one of those positions, right, where you can get some fights with the deagle, if it's just a head showing.
Problem is, you need more than 2 flashbangs to run the gauntlet against an AWP. Woxic over at Car, like, you have to imagine he'll dodge the first one. It's the second one that might catch him, but still, that's not going to get you all the way into the bomb site. That's not enough of a window. And then you have to deal with Frozen and an SMG in the corner, in Goose, lying in wait. He's the insurance policy.
Follow-up doesn't really do that much. That smoke actually might help them out for the bomb plant. Looking very good at the moment. Frozen going down, and Woxic, that's nice patience, limiting his exposure. He's got Kerrigan over at long, and even with the bomb plant, they cleaned that up very nicely, so...
Still, that smoke, that was almost not ideal scenario. Or that actually just already was not ideal scenario. That smoke really kind of ruined Woxic's day with the AWP from a teammate as well. That'll be something they won't want to do too much in the future.
Yeah, that could have been scary. I mean, especially
assisting the enemy.
Yeah, if he got picked up himself by a quick deagle shot, that's where you start to think, oh no, you know. But I love the fact that Kerrigan is down there behind the car, right? That's such a nice insurance policy to have. Now Vitality are back with the rifles, and well, they need to pick this up right away. It's 5 rounds away from Mousesports being in the semifinals and knocking Vitality out of the tournament. So they need to slow this down right away, and we mentioned it right at the beginning of the half. Saivu on 9 kills. He's bottom fragging on his team. That must change. And this T side, surely that's where you have the room. That's where you can find some of those early fights.
Well, it's surely where you're set up for success with that AWP, right? You're covering your teammates as they get into position, but at the end of the rounds with that AWP, you become so impactful. Once your team gets like 1 pick, once 1 kill comes out, you exploit the rotations, and Alex has just walked right back into an AWP shot. Delayed mid-peak for Chris J. They all left the B bomb site to make that happen, and it works perfectly. They were not expecting that. And Zywoo's gonna be in danger. Rops is taking a risk, and it's gonna pay off. Bomb down as well. Vitality, they have to stop everything they're doing and come pick up this bomb.
Rops, he's gambling on that. He's so bold right now. Normally we talk with some trepidation about how good Saivu is, and Rops is playing like he doesn't care at all. Just saying, you know what, you can be as good as you want with that weapon, but right now this is my game.
After a map like Inferno, you can't blame him.
No, it's beautiful to see. It's exactly the kind of mentality you need and want. Voxic gonna be flashed out of that position, and they're 4 versus 3. They can afford to let this bomb go down and go for the retake. As long as they hold long, they should still be in an alright position. Kerrigan on top of the car looking for a headshot, but Apex is aware. That's very heads-up play here from the Frenchman. Still a 3-on-2. And Chris with a kill. Now it's actually looking bad, and Voxic goes down. Apex, that's a beautiful round. Triple for him, and he doesn't even take a hit at all. That was so well read from him.
Yeah, well, that retake also felt like it never really got underway. It seemed like they were all just posturing and getting in a position to start the retake, and just Apex and RPK are more than willing to take those fights and not let them get set up, not let them get comfortable with any kind of a retake. No one coming from Cat as well. He was in a perfect position. Another timeout. Another coach having audio issues, so fair play. It's on both sides now. It's spread.
It's even. Well, I mean, we've been fixing it really quickly, so you don't see why it would be much of a problem. The buy right now, obviously on Vitality, much helped by that victory. We'll see what they can do on the Mousesports side. They don't have a lot. Forcing this round, I mean, you could certainly buy something, but
I think they're going to go for it with Rops at 5,900, Kerrigan at 4,700. I think they just do. It would be risky. That's I mean, that's a lot of money. So actually, maybe I actually think in some cases it would almost be smarter if they went for a half buy. But I can very much see them actually risking it here. Now that I look at it a little bit deeper, this is one of those rounds where maybe if you want, you can drop a FAMAS onto someone or an M4 of some kind, but for the most part, it should just be deagles, should be armor, should be pistols. Have an element of danger, but don't risk the house, because if you go all in here and lose it, Vitality have such a huge advantage. They have a chance to take the lead. All the 2 maps preceding this as well have all hit a scoreline of 11-11. That's a fun fact for you. That'll be on Jeopardy one day.
yeah, remember back in 2019? It's gonna be, I don't know, maybe not Jeopardy, maybe an HLTV quiz instead.
Fair play. Sponge will be moderating.
I am, yeah, I don't know, like, if you buy in this round, I guess it really much, it depends on what kind of a mental atmosphere is happening on the Mousesports team. We can't really know that, but yeah, if they're feeling really fired up and they say, you know what, they only survived with 2 members that last round, if we buy now and shut them down, this game is ours, right? So you could absolutely make that argument. At the same time, you've got the lead, so...
Yeah. That's the thing. I thought in my head that they would go for it when I initially saw the money, and then the more I've thought about it since then, I've kind of changed my mind. I hope they don't, but it looks like, I mean, I won't do any spoilers, but this is where you'd want your leader. This is where you'd want a Kerrigan to kind of say, calm down. We don't have to win right now. Let's be patient.
You would think so. This is, yeah, and this is the time where certainly the analyst desk are going to be looking back as well and thinking, how much is decided on this round? You have a lead, you've got enough to make a half buy, you could come back and do it and then have a full buy in the next round. If you lose that half buy, you're at 10-11, that still gives you a bit of a chance, and
yeah,
maybe you take some rifles away and keep Vitality's economy a bit lower.
Well, they've gone all in. This is that time in poker where you put all your chips in the middle of the table and see what comes out of it. 11-9. Mousesports fully invested. If they lose this, that lead disappears.
That is scary. Vitality did go for a long rush. Shocks in this corner, but the MAC-10, it's the perfect weapon for this kind of a fight. He picks up the 1, and Rob's already being tacked up a bit. Shocks now with the pistol instead, and there's no one that can help him, so that's a pretty good 1-for-1 trade. Now, Rob's did drop kind of low, and look at Kerrigan sneaking up in the middle. He's using all of the distraction right now. He might not actually catch anyone. This is such a beautiful play from Kerrigan, but the reward that he's going to get might not be everything they want.
Listen, as long as it's 1 kill, right? His teammates announcing that there's Molotovs, that there's smokes at long, so Kerrigan, you imagine he's going to go investigate that, but the real problem is Rops has rotated out of the B bomb site. They don't realize Vitality has come right back to attack the aggression of the defense, and they're going to find a free bomb site. RPK has sold this fake only with utility. Kerrigan's surely going to get this kill, you'd imagine, or maybe not. What a spin from RPK, and it's only now that Mousesports realizes they must save. They've been fooled, they've been had, and they need these weapons in the next round.
They definitely do. Yeah, that grenade over there, the fact that Kerrigan was so far up the middle, to them, that feels like they're at long. I mean, they saw the initial sort of push out long anyway. They knew that someone that had been aggressive out there. They felt like that was going to be it, but it wasn't. A 10th round now for Vitality. And these rifles, absolutely everything now. Vitality don't have the money to really go hunt for them, so they should be safe in that sense, but wow.
What a call from Alex to just go right back at it. I mean, just, I guess, I don't even know, maybe that's a read. Maybe it's a feeling they've had from practicing at some point, but just to say, yeah, we've you know, Mousesports wants to be aggressive there, we'll go right back at it. Surely they fall back. Likely because, as Shox, as you mentioned, the only player there, they might have just been like, oh, B-Halls is clear. Upper Dark is clear. Everyone rotate over to the other side of the map.
Here's a Mousesports chance here at the arena. RPK has silently crept up to 18 kills. Just 2 behind Robs, who's leading it, tied with Kerrigan as well.
The real one to focus on, ZywOo, still not in double digits. We mentioned it with Mousesports too. You can have a bad start. You have to recover at some point. You have to find your way to have impact. And ZywOo, as the star player, he's going to have to deliver at some point during this if they want to win this map.
Toxic boosted up, and I think it's 3 seconds too late. Apex was just in this position. Now instead, that scope bang, it actually worked against them. Oh, Apex. That surely is a free kill. He's probably a bit panicked because he doesn't know the range of the scope or the outline of the scope there. Oh. Over at long, Alex tagged already. But there's some backup, and ZywOo will take down Woxic. Now all the smokes are coming up. First there was a gap, but now it's been closed, and they're starting to make their way over. Frozen running inside of the fire. I think he thought that was going to be gone a bit quicker. That's very dangerous. He's brought himself more or less down to 20 health, and he's still going to pick up a kill on Shox, and he does a tremendous job taking out Alex. That's way more than I was expecting. They're still going to be down to Chris in a 1 versus 3, and he's on catwalk, and he's going to get shut down. RPK with another double kill, and that will tie us up at 11-11. Oh man, that was a very confusing round.
Yeah, I cannot believe Frozen got a double kill out of that. He's really playing with a handicap. He brings himself down to what, 20 HP? Good cover from ZywOo this whole time. Picks off Woxic, who got baited into that peak because Kerrigan had given a dink out. And ZywOo's just lying there and wait. The follow-up as well as they take the bomb site. Smoke's coming out towards long. It's going to be Apex trying to make it happen, and he does. Sprays right through the corner. I think he caught a glimpse of Kerrigan. Frozen in his aggression, but they need to back away. They do not want that follow-up fight.
No, definitely not. ZywOo was in there with the AWP, so no reason to re-peek it. An early trade. Alex for Kerrigan. Both the captains gone. And with that mid-aggression, they're going to try and boost to look up. That's a sneaky way to try and get a kill on catwalk, but nobody's there. Instead, over at long, Frozen is going to be in a position. He's got nothing to hold him back with. I mean, apart from the rifle, but they have no grenades or anything. This is such a sketchy round for Mousesports. They will be out of money. Vitality could jump more or less from 11 to 13 here.
And they don't have, I mean, I think if this bomb plant goes down on the A bomb site, I think they need to just save. They don't have any utility. They have 2 flashbangs and an HE grenade, but they have no kits. They still have 2 players in mid, 1 player in the B bomb site, which means the point of retake is going to be, what, 3 players on catwalk? That would be so difficult.
Yeah, and they surely know now. They checked all of middle, all of catwalk. The grenade's going to be coming out here. Yeah, I think saving is such a better option at the moment.
That's going to be hard to do. I don't know if they're going to be up for it. That is such a difficult call to make in a game like this. Going to try and find a flight count towards long. But remember, no kits. This would have to be quick. And yeah, there they are. They back off. I think someone called it. Someone made the right decision, though. That could have been a catastrophic loss for Mousesports that has series implications on it.
I actually even think it's very, very smart for Mousesports to go on that mission to try and see if they can, because they had the boost in the middle, and Frozen comes back to say, if there's anyone catwalk, we're going to have to go and find them, because the alternative is that he tries to hold the A bomb site alone with no grenades to slow anyone down. Like, that is probably an even dumber idea, so just, I think trying to do that is good. It's even good in the sense that once they lose the bomb site, they can all get out. So it's really, it's not ideal, but they've given themselves another chance, and Vitality overtake them once again, winning 4 in a row and now 12-11.
I was going to say, that's such a crazy run right now. If you're Mousesports, you're feeling really down in the dumps. Another timeout going to be called. Then Mousesports need to figure out how to recover from this situation. They have the 4 rifles. They can drop an M4 over to Kerrigan on Frozen. That'll limit the nades he can buy around it. Or Kerrigan can just drop down to a pistol or an SMG. But this is where, if you're Mousesports, you want everyone to have their nades. You want everyone to have kits. Problem is, you have no AWP to fight with.
Yeah, that's going to be really annoying. Would love that,
Ooh, I like
early
this.
chance.
I like this from Kerrigan, though. Just a CZ, no armor, 1 smoke as well, so a little bit of utility. I'd like to see at least 1 kit come out for the Mousesports side on defense in case they have to go for a retake scenario. But this is going to preserve the fact that moving forward, Mousesports can have another buy in the next round no matter what. It'll make sure they can have an AWP in the next round no matter what.
Smoke and flash over at long, just Alex posturing a little bit, just trying to put some pressure on while the rest are grouping up in upper dark and holding inside Kerrigan. And Rops is now back in middle, actually. Kerrigan is the one with the CC. They're going to give him the smoke right now. He's getting the gun out. Rops is dead. It's all on Kerrigan, and he's got no chance. There was a straggler lurking behind, and that was Shocks, and I don't know. There was a lot of fumbling about in there. It could have gone the other way.
Well, now Vitality needs to go on the hunt. They've won the round already. The amount of money that they have built up, this could be backbreaking if they're able to find at least even just like 1 or 2 more of these kills. That would take so much away. The fact that Mousesports called to save this early, though, means they're going to be very fortified in their setup to prevent that from happening. How much is Vitality willing to risk to take the guns away? Starting to creep across the map away from the bomb.
A little smile on Alex there, I saw. Just quick communication with his teammates. He's waiting for them as well. I'm sure they want to take something away. Now, you pointed out already, Mousesports kind of designed this round in terms of the buys so that they can still go in the next one. But it doesn't change the fact that this is going to be 13-11, and Vitality are 3 rounds away from winning the quarterfinals, knocking Mousesports out, and facing Na'Vi in the semifinals tomorrow. And the weight of that, the pressure on Mousesports now, oh, it's going to be so heavy on top of them.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, even the decisions, though, with the economy down the stretch has been so well, because even if they lose this, Mousesports is going to have some things to fight with moving forward. So you have to admire the decisions they've made economically, despite, but there's only so much longer. You can't really make those economic decisions anymore. At some point, you have to put the rounds on the board, and there's ZywOo. Quiet on Dust 2, but that is an impactful kill at a critical moment. That's 2 rounds now. In the past 3 where Vitality has found the opening kill out towards long. It was Apex with the Creek previously, now ZywOo with the AWP.
And this is what they need him for. Now there is a double up on that other side for Mousesports. They've lost 5 rounds in a row trying to defend against Vitality, and the solution, the one that they've come up with, 2 AWPs, and it's been seen before. If you can make it work and you can save both the AWPs, you can absolutely string a bunch of rounds together. Now, falling back from that long corner, the smoke is going to go up just in time as Woxic is actually trying to take that. He'll pick up RPK, that's pretty good, but I don't think he can fall. Oh, he actually does make it all the way past. The smoke kind of helping him out a bit. Otherwise, you can get caught there. Apex waiting as Mousesports know they've lost the long control. They now want to try and see if they can maybe just retake Catwalk and feel safe. Otherwise, this bomb site there's almost no safety on it at all. They actually need to get rid of Apex or they're going to get crunched from long as well. 35 seconds, Frozen, a brilliant kill, taking down Apex and Woxic in position to drop Alex. This is so good. The defense is holding. It's just ZywOo, and he's now picked up an AK in the meantime. He's only got 23 seconds, and they've boosted up. They know exactly where he is, and he's completely boxed in. A beautiful double kill for Frozen, and Woxic with the triple. And Mousesports put in a bit of an end to the misery here, losing 5 in a row, but finally picking it up.
Yeah, and you have to give them props for some of the decisions they've made, holding their nerve in terms of saving their weapons instead of going for a desperate retake. What a great hold from Woxic, falling all the way back after that kill, the equalize. Remember, that's a 4-on-5 they just recovered from. And now switching into a double up setup again. The money decisions they've made down the stretch of this map having implications because they have a very, very strong defensive setup. Everyone's got utility. They've got 3 kits, 2 AWPs, and 13-12. Plenty of money still for the French side. Apex at 10K, RPK at 8K.
They have got a lot to work with. Mousesports, I'm surprised Rob still has 6,500 in the bank, so I mean, that is the positive right now, I think, for Mousesports, is just the fact that they have some money, right? They can still do something. It's not quite going to be game losing if they lose another round. A bit of a setup here. They've done this before. The boost, ooh, they're quickly going to fall back, and I don't blame them. If you stay to take that fight, you never know how many people are going to be, you know, suddenly showing up, and you can get grenaded. There's a lot of ways that can end badly.
Well, Apex going to lead the way. Flashbang out to force the AWPer off any kind of off angle. Catwalk control towards Vitality. Same with mid. Very passive defensive setup for Mousesports. 2 inside of the B bomb site. Frozen and Goose. Chris J with one of the AWPs. One problem for Mousesports, again, we've mentioned it time and time again in this series, running out of nades. Chris J, 1 smoke. Flashbang for Frozen and Goose. But they have to hold back this whole hit of Frenchman.
And Chris is going to be put to the test. We don't see him hoping so much nowadays. There are going to be a lot of grenades coming against him too. He's on top of the car and misses the chance, and RPK shutting him down, and what a beautiful opening. Carrigan only gets the 1, and Woxic and Robs, there's no point in doing this. 2 versus 4. RPK is playing a terrific game very late in the series, 22 kills.
Yeah, but listen, RPK ran that route on the edge of the bomb site, and he had the bomb. If he actually lost that fight, and look how close it was, 3 HP, that bomb has a great chance of falling towards CT spawn, and that would have ruined the round for Vitality. Shox is on an early hunt just to trap them in the B bomb site, and you have to say, even though there's, you know, you don't want to throw everything at them, having them cordoned into the B bomb site is very, very nice for Vitality to make this work. Great Molotov. That'll force him surely into the open. He's going to burn. Now he's got to move into the open. He's blind. He burns alive. 100-0, and oh my God, the follow-up from RPK. That is a thing of beauty. And what a time for him to clock this level of a performance.
Quad kill, the tank showing up just at the end of the game. Didn't see him on top of the scoreboard on either Mirage or an Inferno, but this is, I mean, we're just getting so many different people that are chiming in here. Apex is right behind him. Shox and Saiwu, that were the combo that brought them through Mirage. Now, I mean, it's not that they've completely gone, but yeah, not leading the charge anymore. What an interesting game, 14-12. And more or less every single dollar invested into this for Mousesports. I think
that's what hurts the most if you're Mousesports. If you end up losing this map and losing the series, you just say, we did everything right. We shut down Zaiwu compared to his normal level.
Yeah.
Shox didn't really have any super big impact. It was RPK who beat us, and you'll take RPK as the top performer of Vitality in the 3rd map of a quarterfinal any day of the week.
Yes, I mean, you're absolutely right. If someone is going to be top of the scoreboard, you're going to be happy that it's not Saiwu or Shox at this current moment with Vitality. Chris, that was blind shooting through the smoke, and he just hit the time. I think Alex probably just couldn't even get out, slowed down from the early shots. So normally you get those early picks with orbs, but that was very, very well done from Chris. And do remember, it is all on this round here for Mousesports. If they lose this, all they have is the round loss bonus, and it won't do that much to save them. They desperately need this. 2 kits in play. Chris already tagged up. Oh no, this bomb side, it's in trouble. It's seconds away from falling. Chris waiting inside, and actually, they don't make it through. They've slowed it down way too much here. Now is the time to go for Vitality. They take care of Robs in the back, and Saiwu will open it up. RPK with a double. They finally commit to it, but that kind of a slowdown is so dangerous. But they found their way through. A 3-on-3, and Mousesports, surely they have to go for it. Surely they have to try, even in spite of everything. This is going to be nearly impossible. They have 2 flashbangs and a smoke. They have a kit still on Woxic, but if you don't go for this, you're trying to fight for overtime with no money or nothing at all. Saiwu ready for a boost. In fact, that smoke up there is so disturbing to them, and they have to flash their way through. Saiwu ducked back down. There's RPK again, a double in the round, and Saiwu will shut down Carrigan, and there's no entry, no retake, and it is series point for Vitality as they make their way through. Hunting Woxic now in the remaining seconds of the round, and once again, they're merciless, charging him down. They want everything.
Well, they're about to get everything, 15-12. What a beautiful take at the bomb site. You're right, risky to slow it down, but it doesn't matter. You find the entries. You were blocked off for the moment. Apex couldn't find his way in. Even the follow-up dink on Frozen ends up helping. And Mousesports, they're out of time. They're out of saves, they're out of money. 12-15, they must start a 3-round run, and that's not the way to do it. Woxer goes for a challenge, and ZywOo meets him on the other side. What a knockout punch. A stunning performance from RPK in this third map. And Alex, I don't think Kerrigan has any idea he's here. What a dangerous situation. He still wins it.
He does. Oh, but surely he's got nowhere to go. That was just the HE. Well, that's the Molotov, but the HE surely will follow. They have one on RPK up there. All they need to do is corner it perfectly.
Oh, my lord.
He's still alive, but no one can really help him out. Frozen now in the middle of the lane, and that's not necessarily where you want to be. A 2-on-3, and just the FAMAS and the AWP here. The bomb is still over at long, but now finding an empty bomb site is Apex. And if he just waits here, he surely is going to get a free kill. That's right. Oh, he actually wins the fight with the USP. It didn't even look like he had the right idea. And now he's back in the middle. Frozen. Information is everything for him right now. He just needs to know. Well, he got the information. He got that letter from Shock right to the face. And Robs will take him down. A long-range fight. I'm not sure why RPK backs up with that. He picked up the bomb.
He had to get the bomb. He had to go back for it.
Oh, what a dangerous moment. And now he's back. He wants the close-up fight. Robs is low on health. He's picked up the FAMAS again. RPK, he's done everything. And he almost does it, but they'll stay alive. Mousesports. Oh dear, all on that 1 versus 1, and they managed to pick it up. 15-13. Wow, this game has got everything.
He pre-aimed. He peeked with an aim already down towards CT spawn, and Rops was well past the angle that he thought it was. The switch out to the rifle, I think, is what did it for Rops. I think RPK is saying, all right, if you have an AWP, you're going to be back in CT spawn. You're going to be holding for this peek. I need to pre-aim in that direction. And Rops was just past him. And that's 2 miraculous fights. Maybe even a third if you consider the op shot that he has there on the Shocks, but desperate times. Still plenty of money for Vitality. Mousesports not able to have any kind of big run on their CT side.
Look at this. They're running through the Molotov and everything. They don't care. They want to end it right now. And Robs, 24 kills, buying time. Chris with the headshot now, and they're slowing down once again. ZywOo will pick it up, a double kill, and they didn't do it last time, but this time, surely. Kerrigan in a 1 versus 2. There is no bomb plant yet, but they're already on it. They fake him out. It's ZywOo with a triple to end it, and they knock Mousesports out and face Na'Vi in the semi-finals. Vitality, what a hard-fought victory it is. RPK ending at 27 and 20 on the following 2 players. A terrific game here at the DreamHack Masters in Malmö. I can't believe it.
You don't see RPK put those numbers up every day, but what a stellar time to do it, and you have to give props. You mentioned it a couple times, ZywOo, a quiet third map, but he comes out with that triple kill in the final round, the 2 critical kills that actually get them into the bomb site. That is the way that a star player can deliver, even if he's not putting up the big numbers. And now we have it. We've got ZywOo versus Simple. You've got Shocks versus Guardian. You have the new gods versus the old gods. And what a semi-final matchup it's going to be.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. We're really, really lucky. That is a fantastic game. We're all lucky to have had it. And now down on the stage, we've got Frankie with the victorious team with Apex. I can see. Frankie, please take it away for us.
Thank you so much, Apex. Congratulations. You kept us guessing. You kept us waiting. But the wait was surely worth it. How did you hang in there and make it to that semi-final?
Well, as you can see, it was a really tough game, but we managed to stay focused and try the best we could. And we won, and I'm really happy because it's just the beginning of the tournament.
What's it like playing alongside Shocks again?
Well, as you could see, he helped us in a lot of clutch situations. He won some, and that's his job, so I'm really happy to have him around us, and I hope he's going to continue like that.
We have to bring up, actually, the 2v4 situation on the A side of Mirage. What was your reaction to that in the game? ZywOo and Shocks suddenly becoming the next dynamic duo of CSGO.
Well, they're the 2 big superstars of the team, and that's why we won from them. And yeah, it was 14-14, a really tough moment, and they managed to win it. Well, nothing to say.
Inferno was your map pick, though. Surely you were expecting to 2-0 it. Mirage, you also have a great form on that map. You must have thought it was going to be easier than it was.
Well, about Inferno, we just played terrible at City side. We knew that they were going this A split a lot, and we didn't manage to stop them. Well played to them, but the other map went well. Even if that was close, we had the lead on Mirage, and Dust 2 was a bit shaky, but same. We played pretty well at the end.
Now, I want to talk about you, Apex. We have seen you talking about your personal life in a video that DreamHack made, and I know that your girlfriend, your family is very important to you. They must be so proud of you right now. Have you got anything you'd like to say to them?
Well, I'm pretty sure my girlfriend and my mom are watching me right now, and I just love them, and that's it.
Well, one more question. I can't let you get away that easily, Apex. Tomorrow, Na'Vi, Simple versus ZywOo. We have been waiting for this rematch since February. How's it going to go down?
Well, they have a new player, we have a new player. It's going to be a tough game for both teams, I think. And yeah, I hope to see ZywOo wrecking Simple, and that's it.
Well, thank you so much. Congratulations, Apex. Congratulations to Vitality. Give it up for your semi-finalist, Vitality!
Yes, Vitality are victorious in Malmö, and it is Mousesports that will be going home. And it is a bit sad. I mean, they gave it their all. They put all their little mouse effort in there, but at the end of the day, it was the trap that was Vitality that caught them.
Yeah, that was the best playoff showing I think we've seen out of Mousesports, and also I think that was the best series of the tournament thus far. I really enjoyed that. I think it was a game that delivered across the board. Both teams with a lot of strategies, both teams with a lot of individual prowess, and it covered all the bases for me. So I can leave this evening or this morning happy.
It definitely covered all the bases. I like that you mentioned the strategies. I think the strategies that Mousesports were putting in front of Vitality, and Vitality having to fight through that in 3 maps, it's going to bode well for them going into that semifinal tomorrow.
That's right. Let's run some highlights while we begin to talk a little bit over this and what to look forward to tomorrow. We've already won with Fnatic. We've already won with Vitality, and now we get to look forward to semifinals inside of the arena. We're going to see Astralis in the house, which means
maybe the Danes will come across the bridge.
Yeah, the Danes are coming across the bridge.
We got to lower the drawbridge, and everybody comes across here. But just while we think about those semifinals, because I'm sure we can talk about the bits and pieces we saw from these matches and how that's going to correlate going into the Na'Vi game tomorrow for that of Vitality. We heard from Blade in interviews saying that, yeah, look, they've only had a short period of time. They don't actually they haven't done that much work, and they're looking to use their strengths, which is, I guess, their ability of their players. Now, if you look at the strategy that came out of both Vitality and Mousesports and how many different iterations they had, how many different pieces and looks, as my hair's a bit frazzled here.
Oh, man, it looks about normal.
Yeah, that's not normal. Yeah, with all those bits in place, that's going to be a little bit difficult for Na'Vi to have to deal with, because Blade's going to have to download all the demos, look for all the strategies they run with, and prepare his players for how to move around when those executes come in. He's lucky Vitality don't play as fast as Mousesports, because that might be a bit hard to handle.
Well, Christine, I'm not sure where I saw it, but the fact that I read that Na'Vi feels like they're a little bit more disciplined now than they were before or prior does bode well when it comes to making a sort of anti-strategy sort of approach to your upcoming opponent.
It does, and I mean, when you look at Guardian and you look at Simple, these guys have held so many trophies before, and I know it's been a while, but they definitely deserve to be in that semifinal. They're not going to make rookie mistakes that we tend to see sometimes out of the younger developing teams. Na'Vi is certainly a veteran status team, and they're going to be prepared for tomorrow.
Well, prepared for today, it would be that of Vitality. As the victors do get the spoils, they also get all the interviews, which means that we're going to bring Alex up on the phone right now. We're going to call him up. Alex, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Outstanding. All right. So where do we begin?
It's nice to hear another British accent. Well, look, I think here, having Shocks come in, right, mate, it looks like he's been given so much freedom, and he's fulfilling that role. Making your job as an in-game leader a little bit easier here, having a finisher?
It helps, yeah, having someone being able to clutch a 1v3 to win the game and stuff, but he also brings insight like mid-rounds and stuff, which is helping me out a lot.
Okay, and another question off of that, because you haven't had a lot of time to practice with him, you had your base of the 4 members. Have you plugged and played him in a lot of similar roles than what you had before, or have you rebuilt a lot of things that since he's moved into the team?
So T-side, we kind of kept what we had because we brought him in for his T-side roles. And CT side, yeah, it's been a lot of new stuff.
Okay, well, nice and short for us. I know it's late. I know it's late.
Pretty short and sweet right there. I mean, just looking at your run through the DreamHack Masters thus far, talk to me about one of the toughest opponents you've faced.
You mean this match or the?
In this match, I mean, going forward in the
tournament
tournament,
thus far.
we're at the quarterfinals now. Now you find yourself at the semifinals. Talk to me about maybe one of the toughest opponents you faced up to this point.
I think it was definitely Mouse. Ents, we weren't playing like well individually, whereas this game was very tactical and it was hard to read what they were going to do, and that's what made it really hard for us.
I just have another one. Were you surprised by the pace that they kept up over all 3 maps here? Because Carrigan was throwing some really quick rounds at you throughout all of the games.
We weren't especially surprised. We just couldn't deal with it. Was more the issue.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked like that A site would have been
On Inferno, I just got bombarded time and
They
time
just like to
again.
hang out around there. It looked like. Alex.
Wasn't good. Wasn't good.
Rough one.
Well, look, man, we're gonna let you get back to it. Anything that you could say going into Navi tomorrow?
Looking forward to Simple against Zawu. Everyone's looking forward to it. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good game.
All right, cool. We'll let you get to it. Get some rest, my friend.
Thank you.
And in the meantime, let's begin to talk about 5 things, 5 different things, and they're, basically the top 5 plays of the day.
But they're all Counter-Strike plays.
They're all Counter-Strike plays. We don't have none of that Fortnite. We don't have any of that.
Well, we
have
stick to one game, yeah.
Counter-Strike. And actually, I should probably open those up for us.
Well, we need to know what's coming, Trace.
You're not wrong, are you? Yeah, so the top 5 plays of the day. Let's run it as it stands. I do have it open right in front of me, and it does look a little something like this. We're going to see Kerrigan on Mirage getting it done, leading the pack as usual with a 4K. And this is just, again, a testament to his leadership abilities across any map that Mousesports plays.
And he obviously makes these strategies, so getting a chance to be the entry fragger and opening up like this is going to feel real good.
And coming up with play number 4, we've got Vitality once again versus Mousesports. And of course, none other than ZywOo with that 4K, with that op on Mirage. And these kills, they look so easy. And of course, there's not a lot of flashes coming ZywOo's way, but he makes the shots count, and it looks really good.
I think everything ZywOo does looks pretty.
Yeah, it looks pretty smooth,
makes
pretty
it look
streamlined. Like number 3, Fnatic versus Nip, chat.
Oh, well, Golden dropping into spawn with the USP. He's going to pick up that AK-47, taking down one over towards the car position. And look at this prowess with the taps. He finishes off Plopsky, and in the derby that was, Golden's team was victorious.
That is the case, Mr. Birchill. And as we do continue on, like a late-night drive-through at Macca's, it's going to be Kerrigan running through Dust 2, 1 versus 3, getting it done. Just as that. Simply put, he does get it done, and ultimately Mousesports do fall at the end of the day.
Give me the play-by-play on this next one. Let me have this.
Okay.
Let me have this. Let me take this one to the bank. Number 1, Shox 1v3 to close out Mirage here through the smoke. ZywOo's gone down. He takes the first, the second. Shoxy, Jesus, he is back in action. That's what Anders does. Just yells a lot. So I thought I had that covered. You like that?
I mean, it sounded like a squealing beaver, but
Exactly.
I suppose.
I liked how you got Macca's in there too.
Yeah, well, I had to get something in there that you guys would recognize. All of you at home, to include myself and these awesome 2 people to my left. I want to thank them
Wait.
for
I
being
got.
here.
Hold on. I started to cut you off, man. It was a long day, and I have a story that I have to tell. So anyway, I was on the phone to my son today, and he asked me for a bloody bookmark. 7 years old, and he still thinks my name is Mark.
Christine, over to you for an official review, please.
I think it's time to go home, Trace.
On that
Come
note.
on, that was a pretty good one. Because
You had another one in the green room earlier, and it was so much better, I'm not going to lie to you.
I forgot it.
I forgot it too, but that's all right. I've got a whole bunch of hours to think about it and maybe perhaps put it all together. In the meantime, I want to thank all those that made this very much a reality, and that of CORSAIR, Monster Energy, esport-management.com, cs.money, and of course, all of you at home, the viewer at home, makes this very much a reality. So I want to thank you, and I also want to invite you, if you find yourself in Copenhagen, if you find yourself out here in the heartland of Sweden, make your way to Malmö. You won't be disappointed. As tomorrow we're going to be kicking off our semifinals. Astralis is here, Navi is here, and now they're going to be joined by Vitality and Mousesports. You got me there at the end. It's going to be, yeah. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to go to bed. Good night, everyone. That last team I meant to say was Fnatic.